when you approach this brown water, it's hard to imagine that it was once drinkable.
Vous voyez comment la rivière, ce n'est que de la boue.
Oui, donc là, c'est pas possible pour vous de récupérer l'eau.
Non, mais vous allez récupérer l'eau comment? Parce que là, avec la qualité de cette boue-là, vous ne pouvez pas la consommer. Et les poissons aussi ne peuvent pas aussi mieux vivre dans cette qualité d'eau.
We are in the Sangha, a department in the north of the Republic of Congo. This area, nestled on the border with Cameroon and the Central African Republic, contains 5 million hectares of forest. It is part of the Congo Basin and it's home to many protected species. Its net annual absorption of CO2 is 6 times greater than that of the Amazon rainforest. This ecosystem, therefore, plays a decisive role in the global fight against the effects of climate change. Aristide, now in his 50s, no longer recognizes the landscape in which he was born.
La forêt, c'est la forêt, la rivière passait dans la forêt. Donc, vous voyez que le paysage est dévasté, il n'y a plus les arbres aux alentours.
According to Aristide, this is due to mining operators who arrived in 2017 and launched semi-industrial gold mining operation here. Traditional tools such as pickaxes and sieves have been replaced by motorized equipment. Trees are felled, the ground turned over, forests and waterways ravaged. Once the gold has been extracted, all that remains are those holes in the forest. This method deprives the villagers of their means of subsistence. In response to the villagers' grumbling, the mining operator has built drinking water wells in the village. But nothing seems to have been done to clean up the watercourses, which have since been deserted by the fish and animals that used to come here to drink. We head a few kilometers farther on to an area where mining is still going on by the same company. In front of our cameras, these diggers are working on what was once a lush primary forest. This is the stripping stage. The worker then used nearby water to wash the earth in order to extract the gold. This stage makes the water unsafe to drink. We decided to show these images of deforestation to Justin Chekwa, a Cameroonian scientist and environmental activist. So you did receive the video. Can you explain to me everything we see in it and the impact it has on biodiversity?
Sur cette vidéo, on peut voir déjà que nous sommes dans une zone essentiellement forestière. On peut voir qu'il y a eu beaucoup de déboisement. Il y a des voies d'accès qui ont été créées pour avoir accès à la zone d'exploitation. Et le couvert végétal a été totalement détruit. Il y a des arbres qui ont plus de 100 ans là. Et donc du coup, le temps que cette forêt puisse être reconstituée pour que ça puisse séquestrer le carbone qu'elle séquestrait avant, ça va prendre beaucoup de temps. Il y a des espèces rares dans ces zones et en danger. Et donc, ça constitue des menaces pour leur habitat écologique.
Yet, in the Republic of Congo, all forms of mining activity are regulated. The Congolese Mining Code stipulates that when a company applies for a mining permit, it must first carry out an environmental impact study. In addition, a long rehabilitation or development plan must be proposed. So why is this law not being respected in the Sangha? And why are local people living near forest sites so degraded by mining activity? In Brazzaville, someone has noted the same breaches of the mining code. This professor is a consultant who evaluates mining projects for international NGOs.
Normalement, il faut un suivi de ces chantiers, il faut un contrôle. Et bon, malheureusement, le contrôle ne se fait pas régulièrement, si bien que les opérateurs en profitent, quoi.
So for Noël Ouattara, there is only one solution: target the wallets of the polluters.
Celui qui pollue doit payer. Mais il faut que la taxe soit prohibitive pour que finalement ils aient peur de commettre les dégâts. Mais si quelqu'un, en faisant son activité comme l'exploitation minière, il sait que à cet endroit, il va travailler mal, mais il va avoir 100 millions, s'il lui faut payer 10 millions d'amende, il s'en fout. il va bousiller et puis il paye 10 millions d'amende et c'est fini. Donc on doit normalement bien réfléchir sur ces taxes pour préserver l'environnement.
And yet, in the eyes of the world, the Republic of Congo has a good reputation when it comes to environmental issues. It is signatory to major agreements and hosts an increasing number of international events. With 2/3 of its territory covered by forests, the country has one of the lowest deforestation rates in the world and numerous natural parks. The Sangha region alone has 3, covering more than 20,000 square kilometers. But uncontrolled gold mining could well damage all this biodiversity. This would be the case in Bamego, and also a little farther afield in Mesok. This is where Copins was looking for water and food for his family of 5 children before the arrival of a Chinese mining company, like a third of those listed in the Sangha.
Zamba ezalaka nani? Ok. Kotambola te bambisi, banyama, okoboma. Toko lia à l'aise. Na ndenge bashino bayi, yango wana bayi kobepsa. Pona kolia fo, maintenant okenda mosika. Lokola bashino bayi, yango wana tokomo okenda mosika. 20 km, 25 km.
As well as hunting, Copins and Yvon, like most of the inhabitants of their village, grew cocoa and manioc. Their crops are said to have been destroyed by mining companies.
Comme nous voyons là, ici il y avait un champ cacaoyère.
In exchange, they would have received derisory compensation.
Bapesa kibiso 20 000. Namboka na biso wana. On nous avait tout gaspillé. Là où on mettait le manioc, tout était gaspillé. Et là, on a cacao. On a 20 000 euros. Bapesa kibiso wana. Biso to mona ki le côté.
In the Republic of Congo, no project of this type can be carried out without the indigenous populations being consulted before any implementation, according to a law dating from 2011. But the consultations do not seem to have been successful in Copins village. Not to mention the fact that cocoa farming is supported by the Congolese government. The country benefits from financial support from the World Bank through the Red Plus program, which aims to pay developing countries according to their actions to reduce deforestation. In the Sangha region, for example, since 2020, training has been provided to farmers like Rémi, so they can grow cocoa on land that has already been degraded to ensure sustainable production.
Avant, tu avais eu d'abord une forêt vierge. À l'époque de nos parents, ils brûlaient. Les nouveaux enseignements d'aujourd'hui nous interdisent de brûler parfois. Moi, j'ai seulement défriché, j'ai abattu et j'ai attendu que les arbres soient décomposés, que ça pourrisse, et j'ai ramassé et puis j'ai mis le plan. Voilà la différence qu'il y a entre la pratique de nos parents et notre pratique actuellement.
On the face of it, a favorable record in the fight against deforestation. But over the last 8 months, we've been investigating the matter and sifting into hundreds of official documents. We discovered that since the Sangha and Likouala Red Plus program was set up in 2020, Congolese Minister of Mine, Pierre Oba, has issued nearly 80 exploration and semi-industrial gold mining permits in the Sangha. In total, nearly 14% of this territory has been allocated to gold mining. The damage to the environment could be similar to what we have seen. A reality that contrasts sharply with the government's promises to preserve the environment. What's more, these mining licenses have been awarded to companies run by controversial figures, such as Li Wei, a Chinese businesswoman already implicated in the award of oil licenses in a natural park, or even Mobiliki, a close associate of Rwandan President Paul Kagame. We tried to contact various Congolese ministers, but all our requests went unanswered. Back in Sangha, we met up with Eric Kodia. This campaigner for an environmental NGO is not surprised by our findings.
Ces activités et ces violations se passent à huis clos parce qu'il n'y a pas Internet. C'est quand nous venons parfois pendant nos activités, ces communautés-là dénoncent. Et c'est en ce moment-là que nous prenons connaissance. C'est un réel problème, nous le constatons. et qu'il y a superposition d'usages. Il y a l'exploitation minière dans la zone, l'exploitation forestière. Il y a aussi un projet en vue de création d'aires protégées dans la même zone.
And when we asked the Sangha and Likouala project director about this same paradox, he makes no attempt to deny it.
Il ne faut pas se leurrer. Nous sommes encore très loin du développement. Donc, nous avons des ambitions aussi de nous développer. Et nous développer, c'est aussi voir comment les richesses naturelles peuvent contribuer au développement du pays. Mais les sociétés minières pourront être assistées pour un accompagnement technique pour les aider à mener les activités qu'on appelle exploitation minière à impact réduit. Mais s'il n'y a pas de candidature, on se contentera de ceux qui sont là pour travailler avec eux.
The Republic of Congo is therefore trying to preserve nature while at the same time exploiting its resources. According to the Congolese authorities, the World Bank's program to fight deforestation in the Sangha and Likouala regions will have stored more than 1.5 million metric tons of carbon in 2020. By the words of the regional director of Red Cross Project, the results are satisfactory. In the meantime, deforestation threatens the Sangha a little more every day.